Independent Senior National Sales Director Davanne Moul's highest monthly check is over $31,000. And she's a Mary Kay millionaire with over $2 million in commissions. She's achieved Gold Circle status 3 times in the $150,000 category. She's proud to have Deborah Weir debut as a national sales director from her area. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Independent Senior National Sales Director Davanne Moul.
Wow. I believe that success is a journey, not a destination. Will all of you just take one deep breath with me and just breathe and just accept where you're at right now at this moment? Because you are all at the right place, at the right time for your own Mary Kay journey. Wow. It is just amazing because you are a leader, you are a mentor, you are the director. Are you blazing a trail for your people to follow? Mary Kay Ash did that for us. She led us in a way that created such an amazing legacy. Are you committed to creating a legacy for yourself, for your area, for your directors? I am. I am more today than ever in my life. I am committed to it because this career opportunity not only saved my life, but it created an opportunity for my family to have a lifestyle similar to the lifestyles, I believe, of the rich and famous. You know, it is just amazing when I tell my Mary Kay story. There is a time in my life that I would have preferred that you not know the truth. I would not have wanted you to know that I suffered from an eating disorder many, many years. And I would have wanted you to think that I had a lot of college education and that I had degrees hanging on my walls. But the truth, I just had a time in my life where I did finish high school and I did go on to college, 3 different ones, but I didn't have a degree. I am not proud, as I said, of every aspect of my journey, but I am very proud to be here today. I am very proud to stand on this stage and share with you that I am living proof you can fail forward to success. You can learn to love the woman in the mirror. And you can have a very non-traditional degree. I have it hanging on a wall in Dallas, Texas, my NSD portrait. My very first Mary Kay memory. I was in 2nd grade. I was raised on a ranch, and I went to a 1-room school near Aladdin, Wyoming, population 15. One day in class, I had this moment that I just had thought for a moment that I wished my teacher would have been my mom. My mom was our school bus driver. I got to be with her every morning, every day, all of the time. But she was sad a lot of the time. I'll never forget that day, the bus driving up and my mom not in it. And I wondered, where could my mom be? She's the bus driver. And she wasn't there, and I got home, and she wasn't at dinner. And I was like, well, Dad, where is Mom? And he told me that she was at a party. And I was like, a party? And he goes, yes, she's at a party. And I went to bed that night. And I'll never, ever forget saying my prayers praying that my mom would never know of my thought earlier, and just praying for her to be home safe. The next morning, I woke up to her voice. I ran upstairs to the restroom, and right on the counter, a beautiful collection of Mary Kay cosmetics. I fell in love with the color pink that day. And then I went out to the kitchen, and there was my mom. Her hair was freshly washed, natural curly. It framed her face. She had Mary Kay on, and she smelled of intrigue. I went to school that day, and I sang all the way to school that I had the prettiest and happiest mom in the whole USA. It was so beautiful. It's such an amazing memory. You know, I live life forward, but I understand it backwards. What I did not understand in second grade, I understand today. My mom had suffered depression. She was very sad for a good reason. She had lost the three most important men in her life. She lost David, my father, while she was carrying me. She then lost her brother. And then just 2 short years after that, her father. So if you can imagine, she had every reason to be sad. She did not have the avenues of healing we have today. She did not have Oprah. She did not have Dr. Phil. She had her Mary Kay beauty consultant. And I believe that day that the products gave my mom a little bit of courage to take care of herself on the outside while she could heal on the inside. Well, a lot of things changed in our home. A lot of things changed in our home for the better. Have you heard that when Mama's happy, everyone's happy? Mm-hmm. Well, I went on to college, and one time when I was coming home for Christmas my freshman year, my mom recognized the sadness in my eyes. She recognized something in my voice. That eating disorder had got the best of me. I'd lost a little direction in my life. And my mom had scheduled during our Christmas break for us to have an appointment with her Mary Kay beauty consultant. That day I heard all about the Mary Kay opportunity. My mom told me I'd be awesome, I'd be great. I said yes to Mary Kay that day, not because I wanted to do Mary Kay, but because I did not have the heart at all to tell my mom no. So I went to college and I hid that kit in my closet. And I hoped that no one would find out. And it worked. A year later, I terminated. I decided to take matters into my own hands, and I moved out of the state of Wyoming, and I moved to Reno, Nevada. I thought I just needed to get out of the country and get to the city. So I moved to Reno, Nevada. I turned 21 in Reno, and let me tell you, is that a fun place to turn 21? While we were having fun at my little party, some of my girlfriends said, Davanne, we want you to show us how you do your makeup. And I said, okay. And I pulled out that kit, and I did their makeup, and they all said, oh my gosh, Davanne, you sell Mary Kay? And I said, well, yes. I've been selling Mary Kay, about 2 years now. And they were like, oh my gosh, you have to come to the sorority house and give everybody facials. And I was like, okay. And I agreed to do it because I wanted to see the inside of that house. I could never afford to be a sorority girl. And I just thought, oh my gosh, a home away from home, how precious. I went and I did that party. And as I left, 2 of the girls had to stop me at the door because they wanted product. And I really didn't think they had the money. I thought they spent it all at the sorority. And I thought, oh, well, they want to do Mary Kay, and they want to wear it. Okay, so I said, sure, you could have the products in a week to 10 days. I went back to my little house, and I said to myself, what do I do? So I found a postcard, and I signed up a second time in Mary Kay by calling my sales director and telling her what had happened. Now, you would think, okay, she signed up a second time. This is great, right? Well, I still didn't really want to do Mary Kay. So I sent the kit back to Wyoming where my mom lived. And then that year in Nevada, I want you to know and have hope, I got better. I learned skills about living life that year, and I started having a new passion and a new vision. I wanted to be many things when I grew up, but being a Mary Kay consultant wasn't one of them. What I really wanted to be was Miss Rodeo Wyoming. So I went home, and I worked hard, and that summer I was so blessed and so honored, and I earned the title of Miss Rodeo Wyoming. So oh my gosh, it was fun. I traveled the year as Miss Rodeo Wyoming, clear to Europe. It was just an amazing experience. And at the close of that year, I thought to myself, this is great, this is wonderful. Okay, I finished my year as Miss Rodeo Wyoming. Now I met this man, I met a carpenter. And my gosh, ladies, let me tell you, when I was in 4th grade, I fell in love with our family carpenter, Melvin. He remodeled our house. I'm sure it was the tool belt and the pencil behind the ear. But either way, I knew then I would marry a carpenter, and I found my carpenter. Went back to college, and I was working for a photographer. Life could not get any better. And then one day, my boss came in, and he said, Davanne, I understand you sell Mary Kay. And I said, oh, yeah. I've been doing Mary Kay about 4 years now. And he said, well, my goodness, you could help with all those glamour shots. Will you please come in tomorrow and give my wife and daughter a facial, and not give them a facial, just do their makeup? And I said, yes, I'll do their makeup. So I went home and found a kit between the two of them, brought one back in, and gave them their makeovers. They took their pictures. They turned out perfect, and wouldn't you know it, they wanted to help me out, and they wanted to buy it all. And I was like, oh my gosh. What do I do? Well, I found another postcard and a phone number on it. And I called my director again, and I said, you won't believe this, but I've accidentally sold Mary Kay again, and I need to sign up. So I signed my 3rd beauty consultant agreement. I am living proof that you can do everything wrong with the right attitude and succeed. Have you heard that before? Mary Kay said, you can do everything wrong with the right attitude and win, and you can do everything right with the wrong attitude and fail. Right? I tried to ignore the signs that Mary Kay wasn't for me. I tried 3 times. I really didn't want to do Mary Kay, but once I got started doing those facials, I was having so much fun. The product would sell itself. The product would just, sell itself, and so then I would have to sign up. Well, I was just doing so much in my life, and Mick and I got married, and we started having that wonderful year of our first marriage, and then finally, a year later, we were on the verge of bankruptcy. And I finally made a decision after Mick told me we were leaving the wonderful Black Hills of South Dakota and Wyoming to move to Nebraska. He told me that, and I thought I was going to, shake in my boots forever. I couldn't believe we were going to move away from my hometown, my home community. But I didn't have any other choice at that point. We were, like I said, on the verge of bankruptcy. And we were moving to a community where I knew no one. I had to do something, and I didn't have that college degree. So I decided to look at Mary Kay's opportunity at that point as a career. I actually pretended in my mind that I was going to MKU, Mary Kay University. And I would get my 2-year degree when I earned that first car. And I would get my 4-year degree when I became a sales director. I pretended that when I would get my pink Cadillac, that I would have my master's. And that when I became a national sales director, I would have my PhD. The only thing I truly did right was never give up. Finally, after 3 times, right? Well, I just want you to know that I think a lot about the Mary Kay career opportunity and the fact that Mary Kay startup cost is $100. A star level of inventory to sell, $1,800 to $4,200. But raising a family in a Mary Kay home, priceless. I believe that. Like I said, you live life forward and you understand it backwards. I am so grateful for my mom and the vision she had for me. I appreciate Sherry Rendell. She was my director all 3 times. She communicated with me with postcards and quotes. Can you believe that? She followed me wherever I moved. So whenever I needed to sign up, all I had to do was find a postcard. She never babied me. She never came to my rescue. She knew I was a capable woman. She told me one time, that 3rd time, when I told her I was really going to take Mary Kay serious, she said, "Davanne, Mary Kay works